Hello, loved ones. This is Matt Stevens, and I hope you're doing super fantastic. And do you think that spiritual awakening is all about just love and light and good vibes only and things like that? I mean, what if I told you that that was part of the trap? To which you may be like, what trap? What trap, Matt? Are you implying soul trap? I'm like, well, no, not necessarily. I mean, I'm not one of those soul trap guys. I mean, well, I do believe that if you have been convinced that your soul is trapped, then it is. I mean, whatever you have been come to believe to be true will be true for you. But I don't necessarily mean soul trap, but I do mean like the archons and the elite ruling class and the trap of naivete or denial that these things even exist. That's very dangerous to only be in the love and light and good vibes only and just completely ignoring or just being blind to the fact that there are archons and the elite ruling class who serve them, and they are keeping humanity in that asleep state. See, the community, the spiritual awakening community, the esoteric community, the love and light community, I love them all. I do. I do. I'm part of it, and I do. I love them. But they push that love and light narrative, and then ignore the darkness. And it's like they ignore the fact that, like, if you just pretend it's not there, then it's not there, and that's just not true. As an addict in recovery, I can tell you, trust me, there is darkness. There is absolutely darkness. And it absolutely feeds on you producing that low vibrational energy. It it I'm living proof. That's all I'm saying. I'm living proof that there is darkness, but I am also living proof that it can be overcome, but not by ignoring it. Not by pretending it's not there, not but by not being naive or any of those things. So, and it's like, well, what archons, man? What exactly are archons? I mention them all the time. Yes, I do. So, archons are non-physical entities that feed on that low vibrational energy. Loosh, the term coined by Robert Monroe, but that low vibrational energy that we produce when we are in those low vibe states, such as fear, anxiety, guilt, worry, despair, just all those negative emotions. When we're in those negative states, we produce that. And that is a sustenance for these non physical entities called the archons. You could call them demons, you could call them jinn. It's whatever. It's just I study I study a lot in the Gnostic texts, and that's what they are referred to in that. But they manipulate humanity to keep us producing that loosh, and also to keep us as, well, just loosh producing slaves, so that we will keep cycling back through, so we will believe that we are trapped here, so that we will believe that due to karma or whatever, we must keep cycling back through this sim for the purpose of, I guess, redeeming ourselves. But if you believe in free will, then you can also believe that you can absolve yourself of karma by willing yourself to do so. You can't believe in both, is what I'm getting at. You can't really believe in karma and free will. So that's getting a little off the subject. But so I've got my notes to make sure I don't do that. So there's that, loved one. Hey, and if you would, please go ahead and hit the like button. I would really appreciate that. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, I would also appreciate that. That would be fantastic. Thank you. So, how do these archons continue to manipulate humanity all throughout the ages? I mean, the Gnostics spoke of it in the Nag Hammadi texts, which were found in 1945 in Egypt, which were said to have been hidden there around 200 or so AD. This is some of the oldest scriptures that actually revolve around. Well, the Gnostics were a group before the coming of Jesus, and then afterward they tended to follow him. But anywho, that's again getting off subject. But all throughout the ages, the Archons have used the elite ruling class to continue to keep humanity in those low vibrational states, to keep us from awakening to our true power, to keep us from awakening to the fact that we are divine spark of the Creator. Yes, these physical bodies are part of this realm. Every single atom that makes up your body or your avatar, whatever you want to call it, it is part of this realm. You are not. You are here just for an experience. You're just passing through. But while we're here, we have lost our way. We have forgotten the mission. So, but those of us who are awakening to this fact, we are on our way out. And they use the elite ruling class with all their influence and power through the media and social media, news media, every kind of media, every way that they can use the elite ruling class to influence humanity to stay in those low vibrational states, not have their awakening, not realize their true power, that they are a divine spark of the Creator, that we are so much more outside of this, that we have a spirit on the outside, our higher self, who is knocking at the door, trying to get in and guide us. But when we are in this, we are influenced so heavily by everything around us. You see, the elite ruling class, that would be people like bankers and politicians, but then there are also the elite families who have just always been in power. And they use debt systems, education, religion to keep people in these low vibrational states, keep them asleep at the wheel, so that we do not have our awakening to our true identity. So they have suppressed technology, they have suppressed spirituality with religion, and that is preventing awakening. But you see, the elite ruling class, they understand this pecking order. They understand how the spiritual realm and the astral realm and the physical, it all is one thing. It's just different levels of the same thing. They understand the Archons are in charge. They have penetrated and they are in charge, I suppose, of this realm. They have permeated this realm and can make things happen. And that's kind of the trade-off. It's like a deal they've got. People in power, people with influence and wealth, they have a trade-off with the Archons. I will keep these people in low vibrational states. I will keep these people believing they are trapped through karma, through whatever cycles, to keep them cycling back through over and over and over again. I will keep them in those states. As long as you make it so that I can live this luxurious, lavish lifestyle, stay in power, keep my family in power. And yeah, we'll have to cycle back through over and over again too, but that's fine as long as we stay in power and have our fantastic lifestyles and all of that. So the point I'm getting at with you loved ones is it does us no good. You're not doing yourself any favors to ignore that there is darkness, to ignore that evil exists. It absolutely exists. Now, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm actually trying to get people to realize that there is evil in the world. And it has permeated, and its tentacles are everywhere. But to deny it does you no good, because because then you can still let those influences can still come in through the back door. Being all love and light and good vibes only and all that, that's great. It is. Except but to deny the darkness, to deny the evil is not doing you any good. What it would be doing you good is to acknowledge it. Acknowledge that there is evil. Acknowledge that these things are really happening and not deny it. But then we can transcend it. At that point, we acknowledge it and say, yeah, that's there. And that's one side of the pendulum swing. I'm going to be the opposite of that swing, because in order for there to be good, there must be bad, right? Up, down, hot, cold. There must be an opposite. So when we see how evil things are, that's actually a positive sign, because that lets us know that if things can be that evil, then things can also be that good. So true awakening, I mean, if you really look at the word awakening, it's awakening to reality, awakening to this realm that we live in, having these experiences in. When we have these spiritual awakenings, we awaken to the fact that I am a divine spark of the true creator. I am emanating from source. Currently, I am incarnated in this realm, in this sim, for this experience. And I may have been asleep at the wheel for many, many lifetimes, but I am now awakening. And I'm going to combat that evil by being the other end of the spectrum. But yes, true spiritual awakening is discernment and action. Physical action, because we live in a physical world, we must take physical action. But when we do that, that's when we manifest the beautiful life that we've envisioned. That's when we do vibrate on those higher levels. That's when we do transcend all of the negative influence and all of that. And if you're not producing Loosh, then they have no use for you. They'll leave you alone eventually. We'll get into that at another time. I'll make a note that, when people do begin their awakening and they do begin to raise their vibration and they do get out of those low vibrational states, yes, the negative forces in the world will come at you. Be like, oh, no, you're not going to do that. But if you stay diligent and stay after it, they'll eventually give up on you. They don't have time or energy to waste on you. So at that point, you'll be left alone to go and manifest that beautiful life and begin waking others up. So, yeah, loved ones, I've been trying to organize some, way of saying these things, but not coming off as negative, not coming off as doom and gloom. It certainly is not doom and gloom. To me, ignoring these things is a rather doom and gloom, because it is there. And in fact, they're counting on us ignoring that. They're counting on us to be like, no, it's not that negative influence with some Archons and all that good stuff. It's really how things are. It's like, yeah, it is how things are, but it is also because of their influence. So anyway, loved ones, yes, if you have not hit the like button yet, please do so. I would really appreciate that. And also, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. And I have been working on, I wish I could show you, but I can't. It's like right here. But I've got a lot of my equipment, like my camera there, and I'm going to use this. But I've got a good camera, and I got a good computer, and I'm going to be doing, live streams are coming very soon. I've just got to get myself a little more knowledgeable about how to do that kind of stuff. Well, I mean, I guess I can live stream like this, but I'm talking about actually using graphics and so examples of things, that kind of thing. But anyway, dear loved ones, yes, that's what we got for you. I do love you. I really do. And I'll be back directly.